Greetings, my fellow travelers, and welcome to Spirit Therapy with Nicole. I'm Nicole Tomasini, and away we go with this week's forecast of the universal vibe. I just want to point out that if you had a rough day on Saturday, it was a rough day, so you're not alone. We're still going through Pisces. We just came through our eclipse. So there's still some jockeying for position that a lot of energies are going through. So I'm going to start out the forecast with, if everything is not flowing like you think it should in the universe, it's not that you're doing anything wrong. I'll start there. Because who knows, but the reason that makes sense to me is because there's a lot of unknowns. There's still a lot of pockets of murky water that we're going through. And some things look like reflections going through the oceanic metaphor. You see yourself, but you think it's another. We see ourselves in others. And we're also having these moments come up that are from the past, and they're happening again, or they look similar. So, House of Mirrors, it kind of sounds like. And, everything is not necessarily going to go as planned, but that doesn't mean that there's a problem. i.e., I'm putting this out on Tuesday. I said Monday. I think I'm going to change it to Monday-ish because who knows? And I'm probably doing it at the worst time because the children are playing, or it's the best time. You never know. A lot of children spirits out there, so if you hear yelling, it's just the glee of children. So, and now that I've mentioned that, that's a really good icing to put on this week's vibe. If we can remember to enjoy things as children, even though we're adults. And you know what? I think if we can take the feeling of how children enjoy things so much and love so much, feel so much, and interpret that into our own adult self now, with all the knowledge we have, with all the knowing that we have, and are we open to loving anything like we did as children? Now, of course, as children, you get disappointed, don't you? I mean, no child goes through life without throwing multiple temper tantrums, crying fits, the woes of the world, right? So we go through the same thing as adults, but a lot of times we can talk ourselves out of feeling those things because we say, well, I'm grown up now, so I'm not supposed to feel that way, or, I'm supposed to be a man, or I'm supposed to be a woman. It doesn't bother me. All right. But sometimes feelings come up, and if you open the door to love, you're going to feel stuff. So that's where I'll start. And we're gearing up into trust. Trust. When they told me, my higher guides, that we were going to be talking about trust, I felt all this responsibility to make this the most amazing video ever. And I guess I've trained myself to the point where, all right, you just have to push the button and get a few takes under your belt. So here we are. But it's interesting how the word trust can just bring up all of this stuff. And that's something that has been revealed to me this weekend, is this whole planet has trust issues. I know it's not funny, but it is. We're all 4-year-olds with abandonment issues, with trust issues, with, I don't want to get hurt, to protect my heart. For millennials, lots of time. If we think about Christ consciousness or any prophet that has come and has been crucified for what they've said or assassinated, whatever, we remember that. And the large souls that come here are part of our consciousness, part of our world, human collective consciousness. So we all need healing. Jesus, Mohammed, Krishna, Martin Luther King, Gandhi. We all have that in our DNA. And we've been through so much time where things haven't worked out, where the same things have happened over and over and over again. So we also have that in our DNA where we feel like, well, if it happened this way before, it's going to happen that way again, and there's no getting off of this cycle. Now, even when I say that, I feel a lot of you go, well, I don't necessarily believe that, and neither do I, but sometimes we do, and sometimes you do too. Especially when it comes to your heart, what you really care about. And that can be a job, that can be a mate, that can be a new journey that you're going on. That can be anything you truly care about. Producing things, creating things, you're gonna feel stuff. So, we are going to talk about trust class. I'm also in the class. So just to give you a little background of how it's Abraham, but it makes perfect sense and fits perfectly into spirit therapy. The scale of trust, belief, hope, faith, knowing, where do all those things fit in? So if we're going to talk about trust, really the best is knowing. I know it's going to work out. I know everything's going to be fine. If you can't really get to knowing, and right now, it's a little hard to know what to know and what's going on. So maybe we're not at knowing now. All right, so one step closer to where we are is trust and belief. I believe it's going to be good. I trust the universe is going to make this good. I trust that, I'm doing what I need to do. Maybe a lot of us are not there. Maybe some of us are at faith. Well, I have faith it'll work out. I mean, I know I'm always guided, sort of. So, but I believe in it. So, okay, I have faith. And then the one past that is hope. Well, I hope it'll be all right. Well, I hope. Well, it's not really a strong vibration. The song goes, I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. It's not, I'm pretty sure I can fly and I hope I'll touch the sky. It's a little less powerful. So when you just think about the word trust, how about we do a little thing? Close your eyes right now. Do you trust me to close your eyes? Close your eyes and think about trust. What does trust feel like? Did you just open your eyes and look at me again? Because you don't trust that, right? I probably would. So you can open your eyes now if you did trust. So what does trust feel like? It feels good. It feels like you're supported. It feels like there's a universal orchestration that's, everybody's pulling the levers that need to be pulled. The curtain shall open when it needs to. I mean, I trust it's all going to work out. Pretty good place to be. And I think it would be a little boring if we were in the knowing right now. That's why this time is so auspicious because we are chock full of unknowns, and we are really planting our seeds of known in the unknown. So it's okay if you don't know. Very, very okay. That means you're doing something interesting. If you're asking yourself a lot of questions, you're doing your work, because there's a lot of questions to be asked right now. I'm wondering if my shirt's on straight, right? Besides all of these messages. So again, still in Pisces a little bit, still in the ocean, but we're starting to come out of it. Making lists may be helpful if you feel it. If that kind of makes your head go, don't do it, then it's not time for lists. And that points out to me that it's everybody's finding out how they work newly in themselves, how they work with this new energy, whatever that may be. So that's that. And through the trust, we have the accepting of the love, receiving of the love, allowing what we want to come forth, to believe enough that it's possible, and trust. This is where we're all learning right now, to trust that what we want is coming, is essentially already here, and shall manifest in our reality. So the best thing you can do at a time like this is to ask yourself a lot of questions. Work it out. It's okay if you don't always feel like you know what's going on. And learning that that's okay is another thing that will serve you forever. I found it out myself this weekend of, what's my breaking point? What makes me go, what is going on? And it's a not knowing for me. I'll share it with you. It's a not knowing what the pulse is. It's like I've lost the pulse of the universe for a second, and I can't find it. And so I don't know what the procedure is to go forward, even generally. Like, what road do I take? If I'm turning in circles and I can't choose a road because none of them, I don't know, it makes me crazy. So, but what do you do with that? And we all have a breaking point. I encourage you to find out what your thing is that just makes you go, want to sit down and just go, stop the world, I want to get off. It's good to know, because then you can see it coming quicker and you can do something about it. So I realized that if I just stop when I notice that feeling is coming, I just stop and I just say it. I just say everything and basically just give it to God, right? Just give it up. Just release it. Clean slate. Thank you very much. New vibration, new energy. And I feel generally for how I would like to feel in this moment. Just something. And usually it's relief. And I don't care really what's going on. I just wanted to whatever vibe you want me to be on, just fine. Let's just do that. I'm willing. And I think that just helps us to turn our boat to go in the right direction, which is with the flow. And the flow's changing a lot right now. So don't worry about it if you're not quite sure what's going on with the flow. The matrix is definitely having a little trouble with the flow. If you're someone that's paying attention, and surely you are, because otherwise you wouldn't be listening to this. If the chess pieces of the world are a little, I can't, they're feeling the same thing. They may or may not know it, but that's what's happening. So, so opening yourself to love and accepting the love and accepting the answer is my tips and tools. Tips and tools by Nicole of what to do this week. Accept the love. Figure out how to do that. Because it sounds like, oh yeah, but you may have to work on it. And accept the answer. Accept that you don't know the answer and make some room for it to come in. Because we're all learning we have to, no matter what, learn to work with those energies coming through from our higher self, from the cosmos, from our guides, from whatever. It's a stream of consciousness coming towards us that is our own, here to help. So, you know, if you're talking, you can't listen. So, in your head, I don't know. Or what is this? Ask a question and it can come in. So, all the horns, da. Maybe that's the end of it today. Oh, just one more thing. If you would like a spirit therapy session with me, or you would like to have a intuitive drawing, I'm still changing the camera around. That's the space peacock right there. Moved him down so you could see him, and or her. And yeah, with Zion, you can find us at spirittherapy.nyc. And the last thing I'll say is to trust yourself. Trust what's coming in. Trust that you know, and trust that you are great. You are just as great as anything or anyone out there. Sometimes we forget about ourselves because we go, oh, you're so great, or that thing is so great, or you have all these things that I don't. I think you're great, so you must be greater than me. No, that's duality thinking and not enough to go around. Trust yourself. You're great. I'm great. Isn't this great? It's all great. It's all great. So that's part of trusting yourself and trusting that you are everything you need. And you will be guided, and you are guiding yourself, and you trust your higher self and your lower self and all the selves in between. So I'll leave you with that. Have a wonderful week, and in love and light, I bid you good night.